Hello, everyone. I don't know what to say. Good day or good afternoon, because it's already midnight here in Hungary.
No problem. That's here is
So,
like 4:36 p.m. So don't worry.
okay,
It could be just a hello.
okay. Hello, then. Hello, everyone, and I'm thankful for this, for being granted this opportunity to present my work, and I appreciate all of the efforts done to make this program successful as well. So today I'm going to share with you my work entitled Google Earth Engine Based Forest Monitoring and Decision Support System Evidence from Al-Rawajda Forest in Eastern Sudan. This work was done by me and Cornel Simper. Uh, so in the context I'm speaking, it's well known that uh, the study area is located in eastern part of Sudan, which is a dry and semi-desert and desert country. So this country, because of its geographic location and the climatic system, it's of very fragile ecosystem and environment, and um, given to the um, anthropologic factors of conflicts and population growth and the pressing climate change, the management of natural resources in Sudan is really challenging, uh, especially when you consider the endeavors of governments to make development and enhance life aspects in terms of public health, water supply, and food security, and others. We find that all will have really serious implications on the environment and resources. Despite these resources are renewable, still the poor management um, makes these resources degraded, and of course the production and development is inevitable for life to continue in planet Earth. So in this, like, there is a contradiction happened in Sudan where the poor planning and management and absence of strategies and sustainable practices in took place, and this was witnessed in the massive land use land cover change that happened all over the country, especially in the forests. Most of the Sudan forests, they are declining and they deteriorating because of the expansion of agricultural uh, production. For this, my research is going to conceptualize and to find, like, a new contribution in this field, so we can, like, have more sustainable way in management of land and resources, especially the forest resources. Uh, so uh, it's well known that there is a global uh, accelerated change in land structures in terms of land use, land cover. So this happens in Sudan in changing forests and um, degrading soils and declining rangelands and other um, environmental and natural resources that uh, on which the economy and social life is based on. So For this, we can see the previous studies explain that the Arawashta forest, my study area, is a deforestation hotspot, and the forest of Arawashta has been subjected to massive destruction on its land structures and the ecosystems. And this graph summarizes what's going on by means of the causes and the consequences of the activities and the physical and human geographic profile of the study area. This is the study area, and this was a study conducted in 2017, and it shows the gradual decrease in the forest cover, as you can see in the graphs and in the maps, and the causes that led to this destruction in the forest. This one is more clear. So this will lead us to the rationale of this research. So as I already mentioned, that the activities are inevitable, and the change in land structures, land use and cover structures, and ecosystem is inevitable because of the ongoing production and development processes and life aspects. So because this study area is because of the fragile ecosystem, it's likely to have accelerated degradation. And even in terms of restoration, the restoration will not happen to the full or to the maximum because of the pressing climatic and human activities. For this, we need to find a better and sustainable way to conserve this forest because of its environmental and economic value for the local community. Likewise, the forest management in general in Sudan, it suffers from lack of funds and lack of reliance in advanced geospatial technologies. And there is a big and acute gap in data and information available. For this, depending on the and taking advantage of the scientific advancements and technologies and internet technologies will do great benefit to the forestry sectors. The prime objective of my research is to introduce and facilitate decision support system in this forest. And I already spoke about the lack of data. So the forestry sector is very undermined, and it has a very structural problems. One of major problems is lack of data and funds and trained personnel. For this, adopting the geospatial technologies of remote sensing and GIS will help overcoming these issues. Here is my study area. It's located in eastern part of Sudan. As you can see, this is map of Sudan, and this is the local state in which the forest is located, and this is the borders of the forest. And this forest is like it has very complex physical and human geographic profile because it acts as like a forest and residential area and also farming land. This was a photo for the forest. For this research, I'm going to this research dependent on forest observations, having forest from remotely sensed data and basically I depended on Landsat data because of the temporal resolution. As you know, the Landsat is not the best in terms of spatial resolution, but like it has coverage for long time ago, since 1972 it was there. So it gives plenty of data in terms of temporal coverage. To analyze the data, we developed code in Google Earth Engine and also in R programming, specifically the RGE package, which is hosting the Google Earth Engine in our environment. And this was as we know, Google Earth Engine is a data repository that is accessible through the APIs or application programming interface. Then I used Google Earth Engine to take observations and indicators of the forest from the satellite data, and then I acquired Landsat data to do change detection analysis to figure out the interdecadal the change that happened in the forest in distinct decades. And then I pre-processed the data and I classify it using maximum likelihood classifier. And this was the result of the classification. You can see the state of the forest. The green color is for the forest cover, and the yellow is for the farmlands, and the red explains the bare lands or degraded spots in the forest. And I did a post-classification change detection in where I revealed that the forest is going under severe degradation, and 1/3 of the forest has disappeared. And yes, in the time between 1990 and 2010, the forest replenished and restored partially because of that region was under the African Sahel drought that lasted for long years. So the forest was severely declined, and then it partially replenished and regenerated. But after the year 2010, the government introduced a new agroforestry system and new investment in forest land by dividing land into small-scale farms, which is reflected here. As you can see, forest after a while lost 1/3 of its cover of the forested cover in that forest, and the rate of loss in the forest, the annual loss was approximately 1%. So every year the forest was declining 1%, which is a remarkable change in the forest. This table gives details of the shift in the macro ecosystem of the forest by means of agriculture and bare lands and deforested, the transformations in 40 years. So the first table depicts the change that happened in 1990 up to the year 2000, and then from 2000 to 2010, and from 2010 up to 2020 respectively. Then I used a Landsat data available in the Google Earth Engine repository to generate this graph, which shows the trend of NDVI, the normalized difference vegetation index, to indicate the state of the forest. And I compared this to the trend of the rainfall. So I came to know that the condition of the forest is influenced more by the activities, the anthropogenic activities of grazing and farming than the climate. And from this graph, we can see that after the introduction of the new agroforestry system and farming, allowing farming and cultivating in the forest land, we can see from the year 2010, when this rule started to function, we see that the forest has a declining trend more than it was before, because it was fluctuating. It was up and down trend, but as we see here, since the year 2010, it tends to not restore and not to regenerate. This is given to the fluctuation is given to the seasonal fluctuation in the rain. As we know, Sudan is a very dry country, and it has only monsoon rainfall, that the summer rainfall that happens from from June to up to September. Also, this is EVI, or the Enhanced Vegetation Index. Also, it assures what is going on in the forest ecosystem, that is declining ever. And it's obvious also here, since the year 2010 to 2011, the forest is in lessening trend. And this is also the Ravi index. It's also confirms the findings of the study. So because of the importance of this forest to the local people and their economy, this study suggests that the expansion of the agriculture into the forest should be stopped, and more rotational and sustainable and conservative investments may be introduced to the forest. But it should grant that the forest will endure for longer time possible, because as I explained earlier, the loss or the degradation rate in the forest is very high, and this endangers the forest. If it continues in this manner, the forest will disappear in 2 or 3 decades. It will disappear forever, despite it has a very important environmental and economic consequences. This is my presentation, and if you have questions and comments, you are highly welcome.
Mohamed, thank you very much for your presentation. Personally, for me, this subject is remarkable. Your job is remarkable. I think personally that this is a huge problem. All these subjects. So the first question from Francisco, a student whose name is Francisco, is um, are there problems related with forest versus water, health, etc. in Sudan? What is the principal problem that you found related to these forests? As I said, water, health, etc. What was the source of your research?
Source. So what in I think this was in the first slide here. This was general introduction, like what I mean. There is pressure in when we make development. So the government, we have like pressing factors of population growth and climate change and others. So these consequences, these aspects are not taken into the government plans and priorities. So when they introduce any project, they do not much count on the sustainability aspects and the conservation. So when they invest on the natural resources, basically there is no strategic planning for exploiting and utilizing the natural resources. And this will, after a while, the problem of development will become very fatal and very serious on both environment and the natural resources and the economy. For example, this study area, it was a forest. Then government initiated food security program. So they distributed the forest land for farmers to produce more grains and more food. But unfortunately, because of the unsustainable practices, this problem ended up with no food and no forest, because they destroyed the forests, and the soil have become no longer productive and fertile, and also the forest has been damaged. So here, even the main goal was not achieved of achieving food security, and in the same time, the environmental damage happened. For this, this happened in more than sector. For this, I said this is a very pressing challenge for the government to make development and to conserve the environment in the same time.
For sure, Mohamed. Thank you very much for your explanation. So here we have a student whose name is Enrique, and he wants to ask you something. So go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you clearly.
First, congratulations for your presentation, and I hope for you successful in our job, in your job. And as the question is, first of all, you mentioned that the expansion of agricultural lands has significantly contributed to the loss of the forest areas. What do you think would be the most effective way to balance the needs of local communities for agricultural land with the urgent needs for reforestation? Thank you.
The need for afforestation. Sorry if you can repeat yourself, please, because I didn't catch the last part of the question.
Yes, yes. Don't worry. What do you think will be the most effective way to balance the needs of the local communities for agricultural lands with the urgent needs for reforestation?
Okay, thank you so much. At least I can explain this in the context of Sudan, because in Sudan, like, it's very spacious country, very wide country, and the population density is really low. And the most of the Sudan lands, they are arable lands, so we can cultivate everywhere. So with just a little reclamation, we can grow everywhere. But it's better to, like, we have bare lands that needs like minor intervention, so it will be productive land, because it's like fertile land, fertile soils. But still the government plans, they 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 think of the cheapest and easiest way to cultivate, so they just convert forests into the farming land. But in Sudan, like, there is a lot of alternatives. It's not crowded country, but still, unfortunately, the plans are biased.
Thank you very much, Mohamed. So we have some questions about the your country. Are you from Sudan?
Yes, I'm from Sudan.
So we have, I think, the 1 minute just for the last question. And the question is, this question is from Jairo Zagal. And his question is, how do you make acquisition of data? Do you use sensors? What kind of sensors?
I I actually utilized Landsat data. It's freely available. Landsat data.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyone have questions? So I thank you, Mohamed, for your presentation. And just I think this is time for the next one. So thank you again, Mohamed. Nice to meet
Okay,
you.
thank you so much. I wished I come and see you in person, but unfortunately, it sucks.
We hope
But
so. We hope so,
um,
Mohamed. And one day when you are going to come to Mexico, we need to share data between us. So thank you again. Sorry, one more time, and let's go to the next one.
thank you so
So
much.
thank you.